Hello, everyone. Thursday, May 9th, 17 p.m. An unusual time for an LPO pod, but it's the only free time I got today. So, welcome everyone to Loud and Proud Orlando. Thank you so much for being live with me. I know there's a lot, around 10 people live right now. Obviously, I don't expect for it to be extended long episode, but we did wanted to come on today to definitely have some sort of content at the channel due to the fact that everyone's getting used to the scheduling Mondays and Thursdays. So thank you if you're watching. Thank you so much. We are live right now on Instagram, on X, and on YouTube. If you are on X, please reshare or retweet the video. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Loud and Proud Orlando on YouTube. We are really close to 1K subscribers. We're like 931 subscribers. So thank you so much. Like, people are definitely loving the content that we're doing, and it's thanks to you guys. Also, we're on X live, we're on YouTube live, and we're on Instagram live. So if you're on Instagram, make sure that you are joining, dropping your comments, your thumbs up, and thank you so much, and enjoy the ride, because Orlando City is coming to two back-to-back midweek games. A lot of a lot of hopelessness, a lot of you know angry birds around the OC Twitter. And I feel you guys. It's a horrible performance by the Lions, unexpected. All the hype that came in the beginning of the year for this to fall. Uh, but we need to keep supporting. I think everyone needs to keep supporting. Everyone needs to uh, prove that they're real. Uh, their fandom, it's right there, it's tangible, and they're going to go there and support the boys no matter what, right? So thank you so much for watching. About 20 people live. So if you don't know me, my name is Luis Carlos Pineda. I'm a journalist here. I'm the journalist part of LPO. So thank you so much. Paola and John, they're dealing with some personal situations, so they got the night off today. But I'll be your host today, and I will read all your comments. So feel free to definitely read your comments and drop us your comments, and then I'll go ahead and answer them accordingly. We have a couple of comments here. One man army tonight. That's right. That's right. It's not my first rodeo. I've done this before, so I appreciate you guys for watching. So look, let's go to the nitty gritty, and honestly, what are some of the things in my own personal observation we need to do to overcome this bad times? Orlando City is coming to a tough opponent, which is Philadelphia Union. They are, without a shadow of a doubt, right now at this moment, their form is better than Orlando's form. Wholeheartedly, I could say this. Um, they're sitting eighth right now with 14 points. We are sitting 14th, so we only got 9 points. So it's the results are right there, and it's a horrible performance by the Lions since the beginning of the year. We traveled to the city of love, the city of Rocky. Rocky Balboa went on the steps and stuff to get on the winning track again away. Last time we were at Philadelphia, I do want to say, last time we were on Philadelphia, we got a result that it was positive. I think with Martin Ojeda, having one of those goals, and that's exactly what we got to do. So my first assess is scoring effing goals. We got to score goals, guys. We got to score goals. I cannot stress that enough. We need to score goals. How are we going to score them? I really don't care. I really don't know, to be honest with you. But we have the players. We have the players to do it. So I'm right now. I want to show you guys right here. The club put this on today on Twitter. So we brought it last year. Let's actually put the audio right now. There you go. Let's watch this. Now, my question is this: How did this came about? First, that's Mason Stadohar in goal.
He's a very similar to player to as in terms of he wants to stretch the game as well.
He sees the man completely open.
So at times,
Philly's defense was too forward.
you probably see it just.
Ramiro Enrique was playing this game, and we'll speak about Ramiro Enrique in just a moment. The counter attack, you heard that? The counter attack. We were a team that would play conservatively and will counter, and we have success at it. Clearly here, we caught him off guard. We struck. Now, I do want to say, can Ojeda play the 9? Of course he can. I'm just saying. Can Ojeda play the 9? Yes. Is he a number 9? No. What position does he need to play? I'll say play him on the wing. You could play him as a 10. Now, would I with the lack of goals that Orlando have, can he play the number 9 position? Wholeheartedly. Yes. Now, is that what Oscar's going to do? Probably not. And we'll discuss that in a little bit. But that was the last. We like the club says right here, brought home the dub, the 2-1 dub on our last trip to Philly, with a hot start from Tincho Ojeda. You know, now it's a whole different team now. Momentum wise, what's happening, the lack of goals, this whole passing the ball around, passing the ball back, the lack of precision in their finishing. So there's a lot of things. Not a lot of the players are definitely, I feel, performing the level that the fans or probably even Oscar believes they could be playing, right? One of them I would say is Facundo Torres. I think Facundo Torres is a phenomenal player. It's just that it's not his year right now. And why is it not his year? It's because it's not his year this year. 1 goal of a penalty. So it's incredible. It's incredible, and sincerely, I think it's something that Oscar needs to realize, that if it ain't working, you gotta win. And if it ain't working, you have other weapons that maybe you could put there that are gonna make Orlando score some goals. Because in the end, this is a sport that is played by winning or losing with goals. So let's read some comments real quick here. One Man Army tonight. Stream Jesus, thank you. Wolf Jacks. These next 2 games can turn our season around. Let's get it. Yeah. Look, I'm still positive, Wolf. I'm 110% positive. I know people are, very adamant about, where they stand. I'm also very black and white, and I can tell you I'm still hopeful. I still support this team no matter what. People are entitled to their opinion, so I have the mic here, and I am able to express my own. I feel like we can still turning around. I know we're probably not going to win the MLS Cup, although you never know. We've seen, maybe we get into the playoffs in number 7, number 6 spot, and then we can have a phenomenal playoff run, and then we knock out a couple of giant opponents, and then everybody is going to be happy, right? So the whole point is here, it's not been the best performance of some players. It's probably not been the best tactics here and there, but we can turn this around. I mean, this is a huge organization. It's a wonderful team with great players that also have internet. Maybe they have Spectrum, maybe they have Frontier, but they read and write what people say, right? And I am wholeheartedly set that we can turn it around. John is moving. I was helping him earlier, and Paul is celebrating Hispanic Mother's Day off. You see, so people can see right here. This is one of the million cups from the USL era. If you are a USL era Orlando City supporter, you probably went to the Wild World of Sports to see Orlando City play. This is one of the cups that I kept from that time. Usually they'll serve beer here. Now I have like strawberry juice with protein powder in it. Anyways, speak your mind, Luis. Thank you. Appreciate that. I really hope we can score first on Saturday, win and turn things around. Jungle Boys in the chat says, John, thank you so much, John. Appreciate it. JCB's 95. Buenas noches, everyone. Had to withstand some crap talk from some Union fans this week at work. The boys need to show up this weekend. Yeah, look, it's gonna be a tough 2 games. It doesn't get any tougher. I already got approved to be on Wednesday for the Inter Miami game. And look, this is soccer, guys. We could be right now playing. We're definitely not playing according to our standards. That's definitely, I think I give everyone 120%. But you never know. We could have a phenomenal game against Philly. We can maybe tie. We could draw or we can win. And then what if, I think the biggest fight and the biggest giant to slay is going to be Inter Miami. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, but I'm telling you, it's the biggest giant we need to slay. And if we slay this giant, not a lot of things are going to be changing, but I think it's going to create a domino effect, just like Wolf Jack said. It's going to create some positive results for Orlando. If you slay Lionel Messi on the highest of the high in the MLS, that's going to make world news. Orlando City is going to be known everywhere. So, and it's up to the players. It's up to the coach. It's up to the people that are actually going to be performing on the field. And I think the fans, I'm going to be working, but the fans need to be supporting. Go in there, give their all. Win or lose, it's right there. People like what's it called, Ted Lasso, people like Wrexham AFC. Support your local Orlando City team. We're on we got to support. You see in Wrexham, I think they were like in the lowest of the low in the English Premiership, right? And they're going little by little, moving up, right? So in this case, we were on top. We were second in the whole league last year. And what happened? That's what happened. Yeah. So what do we got to do? Come back, wake up, red pill, blue pill. We gotta come back. We gotta come back fast because frustration ensues. Fans are upset, and that's understandable, 110%. And the players know that, and they gotta do it, big time. We're gonna analyze Philly. I do wanna, before we do that, I'll read some comments, and then we'll go ahead and analyze today's press conference of Oscar Pareja, and also I know the video of today's training. I think Martin Ojeda also spoke today for the press. So thank you so much. Joshua Tall, also, if things go OC way, and if we get 2 wins in a row, we could possibly climb to the 6. We need to turn it around ASAP. Exactly. We need to start a comeback going into the summer if we want to finish out the rest of the season in a better spot. Wholeheartedly, JC, look, if you ask me, would I love for Orlando to win the MLS Cup? Of course. Would I love for Orlando to win the League's Cup? Of course. Would you want to Orlando to win to crash everyone's party and just play USL and win it again? Of course. Now, let's think on reality right now. Can we still win it? If the results, and this is obvious, if the results from now on till the end of to the last game of the season, and then we do an amazing playoff run, we can still probably win it. Even if we get to the playoff 6th or 7th, we still have, there's a chance that those teams could win it in reality. But based on the performance of right now of the players, it's obviously impossible. Right? I mean, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it's definitely impossible. But now, does that make me uppercut the team and uppercut everybody and Shoryuken everyone, right? And do of course not. It's going to make me just say my piece and say, we got to keep supporting, right? We got to keep supporting. We got to keep going to the games. We got to keep, being out there and be vocal. People are vocal online about what they like and what they don't like. And that's fine. I think they should be, but we can still turn it around. Maybe not to the expectations that originally were set for us, which was winning the MLS Cup, Supporter Shield, and all the things. But maybe yes, going to a playoff run and a successful one, hopefully. I have no doubt Orlando's going to go through the playoffs. I have no doubt. It would be great. It would be something very unusual that Orlando is not going to go to the playoffs. So many teams go to the playoffs now. I believe Orlando is definitely going to go to the playoffs, but just depends how, right? So let's go with the first piece of news here. I do want to tell you, everybody, to drop me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. So this is what my pal Alonso Contreras put today on Twitter. So Ramiro Enrique could be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Right? This is per Alonso, so he goes to the trainings, right? And he finds out that information. 2 to 3 weeks, he's going to be out. Now, what we need to see is for El Toro Muriel to score. El Toro Muriel needs to score. And why I call him El Toro? Because he's a bull, man. He's like me, little, little, little pudgy, you know what I mean? Little strong guy, right? So El Toro, the bull, man, he needs to be a raging bull against Philadelphia. Why is Muriel not working? Is it the system? No, I don't think it's the system. Is it? What is it then? If it's not the system, well, in my opinion, I believe what's not working with Luis Muriel is that he thought the MLS is going to be a walk of the park, just like every single player that comes from Europe. Now, some of the players, like Toronto, like Luka Bernardeschi and Jovinko, well, not Jovinko, but Bernardeschi thought, and Insigne thought this was going to be a play in the child's play, right? It's going to be, a walk in the park. It's not. It's a physical league. It's a heavily intense league when you have to be fast, you have to press fast. And, I feel he's just not scoring goals. And he was coming from Europe with inconsistencies already. And he was given an opportunity with Oscar's with Oscar's staff to put him in Orlando to score some goals and revitalize his career. Now you have to understand, Oscar has, and his staff, Cesar Baena, Also the former assistant coach that was there also. All his staff, they managed the careers of Alexandre Pato. They extended their careers for a long time. Sebas Mendes, Luis Nani, right? Now, you have to understand, Luis Nani play on a higher level than Luis Muriel. Luis Nani won a Euro. Luis Nani, I believe, he won a Champions League. So Luis Muriel doesn't even know how that feels. I mean, he knows how to participate on those, but he doesn't know how to win on that level. To be Cristiano Ronaldo's best friend. You know what I mean? It's a complete different level. So, also, I've never seen Muriel to be a stand-up leader on the attacking third in any other teams that he's played. Papu Gomez had more leadership qualities in Atalanta, in my opinion, for example. So you're bringing a role player with the hopes of getting him used to the MLS system and to start scoring goals. He's definitely right now his MLS adventure right now is crashing down. Right? Obviously, he's not scoring any goals. Now, does he have the quality? Yes. Is he the type of player that fit, and maybe with one season on him, he can start putting out goals? 110%. Did he come to a preseason with Orlando that have already started weeks prior? Yes. Does that have to do also with his low performance? Probably. On the chemistry with some of the players that are known to be playing with each other for over 2 seasons? Possibly. Right? Possibly. You could definitely maybe give me that. Right? Now, is the club going to part ways with Luis Muriel? It's up to the player. It's up to the club. But honestly, I don't see him parting ways. Be honest with you. Now, we definitely need to fix that situation. And Oscar, I feel, based on his words, he has already let the hand go. Typically right now he was on wheelies. Now, hey, bro, you ride on your own, right? You know what to do now. And I have a feeling, based on some of the things that have been said, that that's what's happening. So expect Luis Muriel to come into Philadelphia gung-ho and ready to maybe score some goals. The person that truly needs to step up big time are our DPs. Facundo Torres on one hand, which Bielsa, Marcelo Bielsa, he was already given the Marcelo Bielsa gave his preliminary list for Uruguay for Copa America. And I don't think Facu Torres was there. Cesar Araujo was there, though. I'm going to be looking. I just want to make sure that's correct. So, hold on, right here. I have it right here. So the list for Uruguay, this was put in on, so 35 footballers, 35 soccer players he's going to take to Copa America. Well, right now, right? Out of those 35, only 23 are going to be part of the Copa America squad. On those 35, you have Cesar Araujo on there. Luis Suarez and Edison Cavani are in that list as well. They're actually coming back to playing for Uruguay. So let's see what happens. Do I see Facu being called up? Not really. So Do I see them? No. I do not see them. Be honest with you. Now, this is some of the names that they brought in. They have Fede Valverde. They have Matias Vecino from Lazio. They have Guillermo Varela from Flamengo. They have Facundo Pelestri from Girona. Brian Rodriguez from America. Jose Maria Jimenez. Ronald Araujo. But even Luis Suarez is there. But honestly, we don't see a Facu Torres, right? So, guys, he needs to step up. He needs to step up, and I think his club needs him first. So, honestly, that's a big one. That's a big one. Also with Martin Ojeda, hopefully we see him having some minutes. We're going to be doing the actual lineup for the game, but we need to see Martin Ojeda stepping up as well. So Joshua Tall says, I miss Enrique too. Also, yes, about Muriel, and I hope him and Ojeda score. We still believe, says John Rollins. I still believe. I believe. I will always believe. Now, I just think that, like I'm too, like I think the team has gone through so much in 5 years, in more than 5 years of inception, 10 years of being Orlando City, then we can definitely withstand this bad form of games for sure. I miss Enrique. I know. Well, Enrique will be out 2 or 3 more weeks. Pain about Torres, and yes, his club definitely needs him first. Yes, hopefully, okay to steps up too. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. All right, so let's look at Oscar's comments, and let's share the practice, today's practice. You see. Now about Dagger Dan, he's on concussion protocol. So according to what I have here, he was on practice, but they have a separate protocol for concussion. So we may not see him against Philly. We'll see. So there you go. You see Dagger right there. So we'll see. Maybe he did. Maybe he right there. You see, you got Abdi. You got all the boys right there. Even Thomas Williams is right there. Now, I would love to see Abdus-Salim more right there. I would love to see Abdus-Salim and Freeman having some potential minutes. That's there you go. That's Mason right there. Boom. Oh man. There you go. And then that's El Pulpo. Better performances for El Pulpo for sure. Yeah. Does he deserve to be paid what he's paid right now? 110%. Why? Because who do you believe should have who do you believe I mean, based on the previous years, I'm not talking about this year. Obviously this year Orlando's defense also is part fault in a lot of the goals. So don't tell me it's just Pedro Galese. And I'm not saying just because he's Peruvian. I'm just saying it straight up. It's because our defense sucks right now. So we lived in a land when Pedro was an all-time high, when everybody wanted to tattoo an octopus right here or below their back. We had a Pulpo not even making $1 million. Yeah. And who was the biggest, the goalkeeper that had the higher salary in the MLS around that time? Brad Guzan. he was getting paid like something close to 800,000 a year. So obviously Galese, by leaving Orlando, by being part of that phenomenal squad that last year, obviously, and years prior, saved Orlando from a lot of impending doom. It had a lot of great performances for club and also for country that people here in America seem to not really care so much. But he also has saved Peru from a lot of gloom and doom, right? So he was getting paid like less than 800K. Now, does this year that he has really negative stats, when his time is up, because I think the club has a year of an option, will he reconsider maybe lowering his salary? No one wants their salary to be cut. Do you like for your salary to be cut? Or do you just accept, oh yeah, I performed terrible this year. Thank you guys. Yes, please cut me 15% of my salary because I don't deserve it. No. Now, will he encounter other offers? For sure. Will he encounter other offers from other teams that are probably willing to pay $1 million or $0.2 million? Of course. Do I see him going to the to Europe, to Saudi Arabia, or back to Peru? No. I see him staying in the MLS. I see him staying in Orlando or in the MLS. So I think the club has a big decision to make. I feel like his turnaround is also going to be important for the team, the overall performance of the team, because he's such a big part. And I know for a fact that he can turn it around. I mean, he's Pedro, man. He saved us from doom and gloom. Boom. He caught that right there. Right? There you go. There you go. Got that. There you go.
All right, Martin. Obviously, another tough week passed. Now heading into another, this time on the road. How's the team kind of recovering mentally after the last couple weeks?
Hola, Martín. Otra semana
de su lugar, de que estamos fuertes, como siempre.
We are strong.
Un equipo fuerte, estamos unidos, creo que es
we are a good
uno de los puntos más importantes, estar unidos en estos momentos.
It's important for us to be united.
No se dan a favor. La única que queda es seguir trabajando, seguir.
I know that right now results are not going in our favor, but all we have to do is keep working.
Ir esforzándote y cada uno de su lugar, seguir siempre trabajando para dar lo mejor para.
And each one of us in our positions to do our best.
Para el equipo y para el
for the team and for the club. For the club,
we're strong, right? We're a team that's strong. We're a team that's united, and I think that's one of the keys right now.
Thank you, Rob, for the translation.
Is that we stay united with each other. We continue to work. Everyone from here and from their places continuing to work and to be strong to improve and to better this team.
Han llegado el momento, obviamente el año pasado empezaron casi igual, un poco lentos y luego dieron la vuelta, pero este año se ve un poco más lentísimo que el año pasado, pero ha llegado el momento donde se han podido sentar y hablar de lo que está pasando y cómo puede empezar a dar la vuelta para sacar estos resultados.
So, Mike Ramajo, which I want to say hello to Mike. So, he's saying, hey, I know that you guys made a comeback last year and you guys turned it around. But it seems like this year is taking longer than last year. have you guys sat down as a team and figure out maybe what can it be done for us to turn this around, or at least, get the ball rolling, get the wheel turning, right? So Jim D, I'm counting on you guys for positivity. I'm all out. P.S. Dagger would not have a concussion if he played. There you go. Just kidding, of course. Sort of. Oh yeah. If he played right wing. Just kidding, of course. Sort of. There you go. Bro, let me tell you. In a land of dead roses, there's always one that blooms and is as beautiful as the first rose you ever seen. I'm telling you. In a garden full of roses, and most of them are dead with flies and stuff, with poop marks, there's always a rose that's just right there, standing strong. That could be us. That could be us. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it.
Sí, bueno, en lo grupal tenemos charla en la privacidad y hablamos que tenemos que mejorar tanto con el.
It says we have private talks with each other. So, we have talks amongst each other privately and with the coaching staff, and we do realize that there's a lot of things that we need to change.
Con el cuerpo técnico, como los jugadores solamente, sabemos que no estamos en un momento lindo, no nos gusta ninguno, pero es como te dije recién y como le acabo de decir a ellos, con el esfuerzo y el entrenamiento día a día de cada uno, yo pienso que vamos a salir adelante. Tenemos equipo, tenemos gente que laburadora en el club y eso también nos ayuda muchísimo. Hay que estar tranquilo. Como decía, el año pasado nos pasó lo mismo. Hay que estar tranquilo y bueno, cuando llegue ese momento de una racha positiva, no saltarla más y no volver a esto, ¿no?
Now, before we go to that, let's read some comments. Let's keep Pedro. Thank you so much. Joshua told, we got to get the double pivot working better again. I also believe Pedro can turn it around. Yeah, I mean, all the players can turn it around. But the frustration of the fans, I think it's understandable. It's understandable. It's wholeheartedly understandable, the frustration of the fans. And they know it. And they got to withstand it. And people are getting tired of also some of the things that they're saying, right? And it's okay. But obviously, you also don't want to be overly to the point of mocking your own team or wishing them their death, their impending death or impending doom. Well, you don't want to take it to that extreme, right? And as supporters, I believe, in my opinion, I know a lot of people may not agree. We gotta also, we gotta also keep pushing forward, right? And it is like that, unfortunately. John Rollins, it says, I've been an Orlando, Stoke, and England fan my whole life. I'm a veteran of staying hopeful and positive when times are bad. But we got positivity to spare, says John. There you go. Like, bro, again, I'm going to bring the same thing people ask me. Bro, my local, I'm from Lima, Peru, so my local team, man, where Galese played also, and he didn't do that great. Do you hear me drilling Galese? Like, oh, you didn't do that great with my team. Of course not. I don't care, because he's in Orlando City now. Why would I even bring it up? That'd be kind of, looking for just drilling for no reason, just for the clout, right? But that team right there, 20 years. Their record is 20 years. They have not won one single game at home for Copa Libertadores. That team right there, with the flag right there. Kind of looks like the Cuban flag, but it's not. I don't know who drew the flag, but whatever. I bought it when I went to Peru. So that team, Alianza Lima, one of the most popular teams in Peru. 20 years, they have not won one single game at home in Copa Libertadores. So imagine Orlando not winning at home for 20 years for Leagues Cup or for US Open Cup or for CONCACAF Champions League. You imagine that? Right? Right. So, and if you go to that stadium, it's that thing about I'm sorry, but it's like this. I mean, these guys are like real. Yeah. I'm talking about they don't play. These guys are 95, 120 minutes up and down, non-stop. And actually people in Peru complain about their fandom because they're like, yo, these guys, it doesn't matter if they lost, they keep, like, they don't stay quiet. Like, they don't stay quiet. I was like, yeah, they don't stay quiet. That's the whole point. It is just like that. Football is like this. We have our ups and downs, and we still need to represent our colors. That's right. That's why Galese said, football is like life. Football is like life. And people, I know for a fact that pissed off some people because they're probably taking from Ted Lasso, whatever comedy show y'all watch. But no, he said it just like saying el fútbol es como la vida. It's a complete different, el fútbol es como la vida. It's like saying football is like, it's like life, it has its up and downs. Sometimes you and your wife, discuss and get angry at each other, but then, you may, you may get her a glass of wine and then she calms down or whatever, but football is like life. Sometimes you have these things that happen that you need to turn around and do better and improve the marriage, right? I don't know. Maybe that's what he meant. But I just say, like, people took those out of proportion. I feel like out of proportion. And it's just my opinion, but I think football is like that, man. It's like this and football is like this and Alianza was relegated a few. Yeah, okay, guys. So, yes, Alianza Lima got relegated. That's right. I have another podcast all about Copa Libertadores, Copa Sudamericana. It's in Spanish called Ladra el Fútbol and Peruvian soccer. And we cover Alianza Lima. And so you imagine my skin, bro. My skin's like this thick, bro. Like when Alianza Lima, which is my team, got relegated, I was there post game. When Peru did not qualify to the World Cup against Australia, I was there live right after it. Bro, I'm telling you, if football is like that. Soccer is like that sometimes. It gives you the most unpredictable things. And I think all we got to do is just be hopeful. I mean, the good thing about the MLS is that there's no relegation. So, in this case, they could turn it around and they can still qualify to the playoffs. Now, is that enough? No, of course not. It's never enough. I mean, the expectations were for them to win and to do better. So it's like that. Jim D, how is Gaston playing since he left? He's playing great. Same with Mauricio Pereira, but you have to understand MLS is a superior football than Uruguayan right now. So for people that don't understand, I will be completely honest with you. I don't gain anything with this. Because two former players of a team are going to Uruguay and they are playing okay. They're playing good. That doesn't mean that the system here didn't work for them. It's just that the intensity of that soccer, it's subpar than the intensity of the soccer here in America. a lot of players and even established players, Pato, Nani, you name it, Batista, right? Remember you guys played with Batista played the animal, right? They all said, man, I was surprised when I came to the MLS, man. I didn't think it was going to be this physical. I didn't think it was going to be this up and running 90 minutes. And if you see Uruguayan soccer, you'll figure that out. It's a little bit slower paced. It's a lot of crosses, and it's like that. Now, the thing about what makes that soccer more competitive is because the competition for Copa Libertadores. So it's different to face a team from Panama than face a team from Ecuador or from Colombia, or going to the altitude in Bolivia and play in the mountains, right, with an oxygen mask. You see what I mean? That's, I think, what makes that soccer a little better. Obviously, Brazilians, Serie A in Brazil is the best league there. Below that, I'll say is the Argentinian league. And third, to me right now, the third best league when it comes to rhythm and and being competitive after Argentina is Ecuador. Ecuador Liga Pro. They're phenomenal. I will recommend, if you guys have the chance of watching Ecuadorian soccer, to take a look. It's great. And Peru is doing terrible. I mean, you don't want to watch Peruvian soccer, but because I'm Peruvian, I cover my home team stuff. So we are one gutsy performance or exciting win away from shifting fan momentum. Of course, that's always happens. What's the chances of calling him back with Rafa and Dagger out? That's not going to happen. It's a season loan, and I highly doubt that's going to happen. He's not going to fit our system, I feel now. Jim D says it like it's so freaking easy, dude. Like it's so easy. Like, why don't we just switch him out? A little switcheroo here. No, it's not that easy, bro. I'm telling you, it's not that easy. I would love for it to be that easy. I think what Oscar's going to do is Kyle Smith and Mikey Holiday. I think that's what it is. And if not, Freeman, you got Abdi Salim, you got Shaq. He's going to tap onto that. I really highly doubt he's going to recall Gaston Gonzalez. I don't think the player is going to even want to come back. Be honest with you, seeing how good he's doing over there in Uruguay. Daniel Phillips, we get Fort Lauderdale black eye, and the fan base is electric again. If we get spanked by by them, OC Twitter will go nuclear. Of course, I mean, but you have to understand that is also in the realm of possibilities. It's also in the realm of possibilities that, how many years did Orlando City own Inter Miami? But it's going to come to a point. I mean, you're talking about there's rumors of Griezmann also wanting to join Inter Miami. So, they are the league's darling now. So they have the power to spank us too. Now, I think we as a team, we need to find our best form and not lose. Even if we draw, if we take 1 point away out of that game, I think it's acceptable. But if we lose, at least reality sinks in. I feel if we lose, let's make it like a 1-0, 2-0 loss, not like a 10-0 loss, right? What I want to see what Oscar said. Let's see what Oscar says right here. There you go. And I think we should. Let's see.
But like every week.
Tough weeks.
And we're gonna get that goal.
Got Oscar for the boys.
Gonna get that goal.
Got Oscar.
There you go.
Back-to-back tough weeks for the boys. Heading into another tough game against Philadelphia, this time on the road. How's the team kind of just mentally recovering from last week?
But like every week. Even when we get good results, this is our journey. We have to get back into the training, try to prepare our games with a positive attitude, and then that's why we have done it. Nothing different. It's trying to be ready for Philadelphia.
Speaking of Philadelphia, obviously a very tough team to beat.
Mhm.
Manchester, you got a result there last year under different circumstances and international break and whatnot, but still a result. How do you kind of utilize that, for the boys that were there to kind of help them mentally just prepare for this game?
The best or the biggest help that we have is our work, and the boys hasn't stopped working, trying to do the right things. And I think the performances that they have had is one thing, and the results are other things. And if we see the results as negatives as they have been the last past two games, the performance is different. What happened is that in this industry, you need to win games, but they need to be ready, and nothing different than what we have done in the past weeks.
What do you kind of
Nothing different mentally. That's what he says, right?
expecting from Philadelphia in
Mhm.
this game?
Philadelphia, a very traditional model that they have. They have changed a couple things here and there, but not too much changes on the roster. So what I see from Philadelphia is a very traditional team that plays very direct, uh, and they had trying to find the best version too. So that's what we see.
Kind of curious because you've had this kind of the same lineup the last two games already.
Mhm.
Obviously, performance results. You kind of said they haven't. You guys can have a good performance, but the results are not here. But considering the two lineups that you've already had and the results haven't come their way, are you perhaps experimenting, perhaps rotating the lineup this Saturday against Philadelphia?
We have to accommodate to the demandings of the rival. We have to accommodate our players as well on their moments. At this point, we're just seeing what can help us in the best way to get the results. And sometimes you find modifications on the roster. Sometimes you keep going.
Martino had spoke before you spoke about how he's been kind of flourishing or kind of liking playing in the 10. How have you kind of seen him play in that 10, and how can he kind of start contributing more to the forwards that are
Mhm.
obviously looking to break
Man,
some spells in the goals?
they gotta stop that bird, man. That bird is like, you hear that bird? Come on, man.
Martin, a very professional player, trying to do a role that he has done in the past. And the demands that we have for the position, I would say that we need that demanding that we need to score goals. But this is not just the individual, but this is the collective. We need to score goals. And then if you ask me for that one position, well, we expect them to contribute with goals.
I know things haven't gone your guys' way so far this season. You're working hard out on the pitch.
So Martin may be looking for playing the 10. The way that's
The results haven't come. You guys haven't won in almost a month. Just how frustrating has it been to not be able to push through and get into the win column?
Right. It's frustrating because results is what maintains sometimes the positivism and then keeps
there you go, right? Results maintain positivism. That's right. That's right. That's right.
you and the good standards on the league and seeing you in
Yeah.
the standings in a better
Uh-huh.
way. But we have been in this position before, not just last year, but we have been in our journey as footballers or coaches that this is something that you need to know how to navigate it. The things needs to change, and then um, how you do that, working. And you cannot stop working and trying to do the best way possible on the training and get solutions for them, and they need to find solutions for themselves. That's what we do.
See, they got to find solutions from themselves too, right? So it is important what Oscar says right there.
Curious when obviously when the team is in this type of bad spell that they're in.
Mhm.
Obviously not to assume, but how is the communication with the directors of the team? Do you guys have these internal conversations to see how you guys can turn things around?
I don't understand.
Mike, there you go, Mike. Buena tarde, Mike. Look, Mike said tough questions. He said, is there conversations? Are you in the hot seat? Te habla del popó, señor Pareja. Mr. Pareja, are you in the hot seat? Pretty much is what he said. I'm translating it for you.
Lo puedo decir en español y
Sí.
cuando están en esta mala, esta racha mala que está el grupo, no por asumir, pero cuando están en esta mala racha y están en el momento donde los directivos y el grupo tienen estas pláticas internas en cómo pueden empezar a dar la vuelta.
Sí.
Do you have talks with the directors to maybe on how to turn things around? Great wording on the question, I would say, Mike.
Like always, when we are winning, we do meetings too.
When we're winning, we do meetings too. When we're losing as well.
When we are tying, we do meetings too, and when we lose, we do meetings as well. It's not what happened is that you cannot just become this is a big drama at this point.
You see, what you cannot do is this becomes a big drama at this point. I'm just translating what Oscar's saying.
Those guys are working, and everybody's trying to do the job. So it's not like we're doing something.
Those guys are working, and everyone's trying to do their job.
Extra or specific. We're just trying to be ourselves first and do a good analysis, and that's what we do every week.
Saw Dagger leave the game.
They got Dagger down. That's a great question.
Last weekend, just wanted to get an update on his progress and how he's done since leaving.
With Dagger, we have been careful with him because he's under the protocol. We're going day by day, following the indications of doctors and see how is he, and we have a chance to have him in
there you go.
In the game. We see the doctors are dictating, managing the situation.
Let's go.
What about Rafa Santos? He had the shoulder.
As well, he's as well in the same thing. We're advancing. It may be a possibility, but doctors are dictating the day by day. Ramiro is impossible to play this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's getting better and better.
Obviously, you have the two players, Rafael Santos and Dagger, that are questionable for this Saturday. But you also have Rodrigo Schlegel that got the red card last weekend. How does that kind of pose a challenge for you to make sure you have a strong 11 like Philadelphia?
Right. It's a challenge. We have to sort it out. But we have players there that are waiting opportunities to play.
Players that are awaiting opportunities to play. Man, we see some Abdi Salim right here.
And it's a good moment for
Let's
us
go,
to
Abdi.
see them
Abdi.
and for them to take the opportunity as
there you
well.
Go.
It happens in this work. At this point, if you have missing a player here and there is somebody waiting.
There you go.
You have Philadelphia, and then you have Miami on the following Wednesday. How do you kind of work around that? Because it's a tough calendar.
Yeah. It's a tough calendar for them too because they have us.
That's the confidence right there. It's a tough calendar too because they have us. Now, you cannot punish him saying that. That's what he feels. He feels that he could play. Obviously, it's not in reality. You see the results, yes, and you say, okay, there's no effing way, right? but you cannot take the man's smile away. If that annoys you, that means that there's an insecurity problem right there. But honestly, you can take the man's positivity out.
They need to play it against us too. It's not like we are the.
Yeah. It's not like we're like the what. It's not like we're like USL 2 team, right? I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, right? It's not like we're like Chapulín Colorado FC, right?
I mean, they have the same challenge. It's a competition.
I know that's gonna be the bit right there. That's gonna be the bit right there. All right. Honestly, thank you. We're about 45 people live right now. It's a little late, but we have a little more to discuss, and then we'll cut it short. The Union. Why am I so adamant about seeing some of the OCB kids? Because we have to see them. We have to see Shaq. We have to see Freeman. We have to see Abdisalim. We have to see Sukata. We have to see those guys. Sukata just came from scoring a brace. Kuchevsky also. We need to see Kuchevsky, right? Obviously, Oscar's going to go for the well-seasoned squad that he knows for the past 2 seasons. But we are, if we are going to be down 2 players, which it kind of in a way, Oscar seems hopeful that both can have minutes, hopefully, depending on what the doctors say, then, it's going to be the same back line. We'll discuss that in just a little bit. But, just to give you guys a little bit of information about Philadelphia, Philadelphia just did this right here. You say, who's this young cat right here? So, Philadelphia Union announced today homegrown midfielder Kevin Sullivan, the youngest first-team signing in club history at 14 years old. 14 years old. 14 years old. Yes, this guy is 14 years old. Jim Curting today, and Union 2 coach Marlon LeBlanc, and the director of the academy, John Shear, spoke to media, and pretty much this kid right here is the next big thing for U.S. soccer, according to what also people in Europe and South America are putting this out in the news. Kevin Sullivan, 14 years old, is the best homegrown deal in the history of the MLS. He's going to be transferred to Manchester City at 18 years old. So this kid's going to be transferred to Manchester City at 18 years old. And you know how much money Philly's going to pocket out of that homegrown deal? $5 million. So now it's Philadelphia, to look at the standings. Philadelphia, it's not doing great either. I mean, Philadelphia, right here. Philadelphia is 8th in the standings with 14 points. Yeah, surely in a better position than we are, but they are not the Philadelphia of old either, right? And we play also, just like Oscar says, we play also, right? This is it's a very unpredictable sport, right? That's kind of in a way what Oscar kind of was hinting. So what do we got to do? Number one, we have to get a hold of our defense. Our defense was our cornerstone as a club. The Union have scored right now, according to data that I have here, they scored 19 goals so far this season. Half of them have come from Daniel Gazdag, which we'll talk about him in just a second, and Julian Carranza, number 4. 2 guys that love scoring on Orlando, especially Carranza. So just from the get-go, stopping those 2 has to be an impending priority. You also have to understand that they have Alejandro Bedoya and they have also Jack McLean, right? And I believe each one of them, I think they scored also against DC United. So Orlando City's defense needs to stop making, they need to stop turning over the ball. They need to stop passing the ball around to the point that you're passing back, and then when you feel the pressure of the other team right there by you, they lose the ball easily, and then And we've seen this not only from Martin Ojeda or maybe Banangulo or maybe Rafa. We've seen it also from Cartagena. We've seen it also from Cesar Araujo. So we need to be on point and precise in our passing and making sure that our defense, our double pivot it has a 7 out of 10 rating on FOTMAL SofaScore for sure. Because otherwise, Philly has the attackers and Philly has the attack to punish us. And the Pandora's box is going to be open if we don't stop them. Gazdag is scoring 6 goals so far and Julian Carranza 4. And us, we are like waiting on Muriel to score. So look at the differences right there. Also, Philadelphia doesn't have also, I would say, they're in the kind of the same boat as us when it comes to defense. They're having a downturn, I believe, when it comes to their defense. They're not as strong as they used to be, just and same as we are. So if our attack, which was rated in the beginning of the season when everybody was doing predictions as one of the best especially with the arrival of Luis Muriel, one of the best in the East, we need to find goals, man. We need to clobber them and do it quick. So that's been number one. You killed 2 birds with 1 stone. It's been the source of deep frustration for all fans that support Orlando City, and also we probably have a higher chance of winning games. And now they try and they create chances, but they don't finish them. And now we have Luis Muriel also. So we need to stop the overpassing, stop the overcrossing. We need to create opportunities and finish in them. That's the second thing. So Facundo Torres needs to be on point. They need to wake up, smell the coffee. Luis Muriel and Martin Ojeda are 3 DPs. Especially Facu. Like Facu and Muriel, I think people are definitely like pushing that agenda. Like you guys need to wake the F up, man. You guys need to wake the F up. You gotta go and be that kid that came with all these expectations from Uruguay and got in purple and started making a difference. You need to be that kid again. So even if the opposition scores a goal, let's say we score. Boom. Yes, hello, very good times come on. Philly scores, ties, and levels the game. We need to have the huevos. We need to have the, you know what I'm talking about? We need to have the huevos, the eggs, right? To bounce back and get the W, which we've done. We've done that. We need to be comeback kings. We need to be that team that used to rock and roll away. Play air guitar after every freaking goal. We need to be that team. Right? So that is important. Let's read some comments real quick before we go to the lineup. And thank you so much for watching. About 45 people live. It says, we do meetings about our meetings when we tie. That's right, Carlos Guilla. But think about it. Yeah, I mean, obviously that question was with the intent of saying, hey, are you on the hot seat? Do you have talks to with your bosses? And Oscar, I think he caught it. He's like, he gave him a different answer. A smart answer, I'll have to say. You see, please don't get a yellow card, Jensen. Someone positive about Daggerdan news, says Joshua Tall. Yep, OC do need to stop turning the ball over. Thank you so much. Yeah, about 38 people on X and 5 people on YouTube. Thank you so much. Do you think Felipe will play the next game? Probably. We haven't seen him in a while, so I have a feeling that, yeah, I would love to see Kuchevsky. I do agree that we need to see a little bit of more youth. Kuchevsky, Freeman, Abdi Salim. We need to see some of those kids. And what's not working, it needs to be. I mean, he needs to have. Look, if Facu's not working in minute 25 or minute 30 or at halftime, you gotta be able to make a decision. Because last game he took out Martin Ojeda, right? And because he wanted to give more defensive depth or help to his wing backs because we were down one man. But we should see a 90-minute game for Martin Ojeda, and obviously we cannot take him out because I think Ojeda may score in this game. I mean, he seems pretty motivated. I think he's been playing better than Facundo for sure, and I think he deserves not to be taken out of the lineup. That's just my own opinion. I know I don't dictate what the team does, but it's just my opinion. I feel Martin Ojeda is onto something. Facu, I don't recognize that player. I don't recognize him right now. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully he's fine. He's a phenomenal player, phenomenal human being. He just needs to be the DP. I think one thing I do say that has been working, and we were talking about it, we see a quasi improvement, and I do too, when he plays the left flank and not the right flank, because he's left-footed. Like his crosses, maybe that. But we need to see more of that edge, man. We need to see that edge. We need to see that Facu edge. He needs to show up. If not, we're going to be screwed. We need to find the formula, find the winning formula. We found it last season, and I highly doubt it's bad luck, but we need to make decisions even if they're tough, because we have to turn it around. So this game against the Union, it's a perfect start, I believe, for this. It's a perfect opportunity to turn the ship around and take the bull by the horns. And you say, hey, okay, like maybe, Facu coming in the second half. I mean, he's doing much better then. Maybe something's going on that we don't know. Maybe Ojeda and Angulo are going to be your wings, and you're going to put Muriel behind the 9, which would be Duncan. But they got to figure that out, and they have to show up. So it says Joshua Toll, yeah, we cannot take Ojeda out. Completely agree. Thank you so much for everyone that's watching. So let's do the lineup real quick. There you go. So my predictive lineup for the game against let's do Orlando City right there. All right. So Pedro Galese, the $1 Million Man, El Millonario. No. El Millonario, Pedro Galese. There you go. My boy right there. All right. You got El Pulpiño. Here, Brecalo, if it's still questionable, but I will go definitely. I mean, if Brecalo, I don't know if Brecalo is still questionable, but I'll pull Brecalo. Hold on, let me double check. I think Brecalo. Yeah, so he was questionable last weekend. So, anyways, I will keep my options with Brecalo. Robin Jansen, right? And then let's hope it's Dagger Dan. If not, it's going to be Mikey Holiday. So I'm going to put Holiday / Dagger. And then right here, it's going to be Kyle Smith. I definitely don't see Rafa playing. And then we're going to see Cesar and We got our double pivot. Cesar Araujo. Cartagena. Cesar right here. Cartagena right here. We're going to see, look, on the 10, I think what he's going to do, I think he's going to do Ojeda, Torres, and Angulo. I think that's going to be it. Ojeda, Torres, and Angulo. And then right up top, you're going to see Duncan Maguire. So the lineup, the predicted lineup that I have for the game against Philly, if everything goes well with Dagger Dan, it will be Dagger Dan right there. Brekalo, Jansen, Kyle Smith. If Dagger is not ready to start, we're gonna see Mikey Holiday. That's Oscar right there. I mean, you know, Cesar Araujo and Wilder Cartagena right there as your double pivot. On the 10, you're gonna see Martin Ojeda. On your left, you're gonna see Facundo Torres. On your right, Ivan Angulo, and right up top, Duncan Maguire. Now, obviously, things could change. We maybe see Abdi Salim debuting and be Abdi and Jansen center back duo, right? It could be, right? We could see Cartagena as a center back and maybe Kochevsky and Araujo. Or maybe Felipe, right? So all those options are available as well. So we are about 38 people live on X. Thank you so much for watching. And also 4 people on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. About 1 person live also. Beeland Orlando on Instagram. There you go. Zero creativity at center mid. We need to add a player there, or we are properly fucked. Sorry for the curse word. That is correct, Kyle and Mike. We need to win 3 in a row, and we'll be back in contention, says Oliver. Thank you, Oliver. Appreciate that. Look, I agree wholeheartedly with Oliver. We need to win 3 in a row. It's up to the players. It's up to Oscar. They are the ones that have the power to turn this around. And I know I am positive that we can turn this around. Now, does that make me a horrible person that I'm saying that? No, it's just my own opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion, just like everyone is entitled to theirs. Now, in reality, if we do not start winning games, yes, it's going to get tougher. If we get clobbered and we get handed against Philly and against Miami, it's going to be definitely a hard climb, a hard ladder to climb, and I think tough decisions will have to be made when it comes to maybe a starting lineup, who's starting, who's resting, you know. But I have no doubt that the team has everything to turn this around. Thank you so much to Thomas Williams also joining on Instagram. Also to my friend, LAFC supporter. There you go. K Ma. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Gator Bear Tigerzilla also just joined our Instagram. Thank you so much. So, estoy preparando un rico cuy para el asado el sábado. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, dude. Street Jesus, come on. You don't want to eat a little guinea pig. Come on, man. You don't want to eat a little guinea pig. Joshua told, vamos Orlando City. Let's get the win. There you go. No, it's gonna be a tough game. No one's gonna doubt that. I definitely believe that we can turn it around. And you know, we're gonna go from there. You know, we're gonna. It's gonna be a tough game, but you know, I still believe in the club. I know that the players realize the frustration there is with the fans, and I have no doubt. They have everything to turn this around. So let's hope for a Orlando City win. That's what I'm hoping for, hopefully. Now, am I willing to do a prediction? No, for this game. These next 2 upcoming games, I'm not predicting anything. All I'm saying is what I would love. I would love 2 W's in the next 2 games coming up. We'll have a photographer, hopefully, if the people from Philly respond to my emails, on Saturday, and LPO photographer. I want to say hello to Sophia Testa. Thank you so much, Sophia, for taking pictures for us over there at Philly. And also, I'm going to be on Wednesday over there at Interco Stadium. Now, real quick for some quick rapid fire right here. So we already know about the Pride. We'll discuss that later. Angelina underwent some surgery. We'll discuss that for the Pride Pod next week. OCB, and you see that amazing picture right there. I want to give kudos to Mark Thor, Orlando City Beast photographer and Orlando City photographer and Orlando Pride as well. All things Orlando, Mark Thor. Multifaceted individual, an amazing photographer. Mark Thor, Orlando City B matches season high with 3 goals, all in the first half, in a 3-1 win over New York Red Bulls 2 on Wednesday night at Osceola Heritage Park. Shaq Mohammed opened the scoring for the Lions in the 2nd minute when he put it off a rebound from a shot from Yutaro Tsukada that went off the post. Tsukada then found his first of his 2 goals just 4 minutes later of an assist of Colin Gusk in his first of the season, and then once again in the 34th minute to secure his first professional brace. So professional brace for Yutaro Tsukada, phenomenal performance for Shaq Mohammed, and Colin Gusk, man, that kid is on fire, man. If you're watching, because I know you're a fan, Colin, thank you so much for watching us and listening to us. Colin Gusk is on fire, man. And these guys are the future of our team. And you have to understand, Orlando, we are a different type of organization. We have individuals that are setting this team to have a lot of players that are going to succeed in the next few years in the MLS, that are going to be influential with the national teams as well. And we're building something really great here as an organization as well. So these kids are right there. Like, this is the work that they're putting out. So phenomenal job by OCB. Congratulations. And we also have words from Yutaro Tsukada and also the coach, Goldman, I think is his name. His last name, Goldman. You can see it on our Instagram account. We have it right there with a little edit. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Follow us on social media. We are so close, guys. Like, look, I'm going to put it up right here, right now. Thank you so much. And if you're listening, thank you so much as well. Right here. Boom. 931 subs right now. 931 subscribers. We started with, just a few, and I want to thank every single one of you for your support. I think, and I want to say this, Paola and John are not only great friends of mine, I consider them my friends, but are a huge part on why this is so successful. I think, and I want to give, they're the real MVPs. So I'm blessed for meeting them, and they're taking this LPO to the next level. And thank you guys for your support as well. Keep supporting, spread the word. We also are available on all our social media accounts. We are available on X at LPO_podcast, Instagram at LPO_podcast, also on Facebook as Ladder Pride Orlando, and also on YouTube as Loud and Proud Orlando. We're also available in audio form on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And also Mondays and Thursdays, we have the City Pod, so the one that you're watching right now. And then Tuesdays, the Pride Pod, which I do want to say thank you so much to everybody that is watching the Pride Pod, because our last numbers for the Pride Pod have been phenomenal, man. Phenomenal, man. The Pride are killing it. The Pride are the best team in Orlando right now. From all the teams, the Magic, Orlando City, Solo Bears, the Pride are in a different level. You can see all of our videos right here. Our latest episode for the Pride Pod has reached 1,000 views. So that is huge. We started with the Pride Pod with only maybe 30, 40 views, and they're averaging around that. So thank you so much to all the Pride fans that are following us and following our content. Also to John for being a phenomenal host also. And again, support us. Thank you so much for all your support. And we'll see you guys next Monday with the City Pod, hopefully with 3 points on the bag, and hopeful of going toe-to-toe against Inter Fresi, right? Inter Fort Lauderdale. Thank you so much for your support, guys. This has been Loud and Proud Orlando for tonight. I sign off. Vamos, Orlando. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful night.